morning or good afternoon
Hi.
in California. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Diva Show. It's your Divalicious ladies here, and we have a special guest today. Our regular Valerie's not here. Yes, we have Dr. Linda in the house, but we also have a very, very special guest, my very good friend, Crystal Garcia, who's filling in for Val, so she's going to join us on the Diva Show. So it is so good to have everybody here. You guys excited? We're back, everybody, in Longevity Gym.
We're back by
popular
Diva
Man.
Man.
Yeah.
Yes, we're back and we're ready to go, and we have some wonderful topics for you. So at the top of the segment, we're going to go into some Diva news, and today we're going to start off with the Kardashians, right?
Oh, wow. Where do we start?
Well, first of all, let's ask, who is Kim Kardashian? I mean, why is she famous? That's my thing. Why is she famous? Well, when you do your research, she got famous because she slept with somebody on
Did
camera.
you really say that on
Yes, I
did. Did you say that online?
Yes, I did. She got famous because she slept with somebody, and it leaked out into the world, and now we know Kim Kardashian. And so she's now this famous person. Her family kind of rode in on the roller coaster behind her, and yet her dad was that lawyer guy on the Dream Team. You know, we know that.
Yeah,
when OJ was going through his big thing, and look where that got him. And so, yeah. So, who is Kim Kardashian? Somebody tell me. Who is Kim Kardashian, and why is the world so into Kim? And wait a minute. I was reading on the internet the other day, and I was telling Monique this and Valerie that someone said she was a diva. That's what got me burning. You know what I mean? Because, okay, diva by the definition in the dictionary says that it's a very talented, extraordinary woman that has great talent, mostly a singer, like an opera singer or a pop star. So Beyonce, maybe diva. Give me an opera singer that was a diva.
Celine Dion is a
diva. You know, Barbara Streisand, Mariah Carey. You know, okay, Diana Ross. I don't know too many opera singers. I would say one. I guess if what's his name, the tenor. If what was the tenor's name?
Oh gosh.
Pavarotti. Yeah, Pavarotti. If he was a woman, he would be a diva. So someone that's extremely talented and has this overwhelming presence.
Right.
Kim is none of that. There's nothing overwhelming about her. There's no talent about her.
Are you believing this?
Oh my God. All I have to say is about Kim, I love her. I think she's beautiful. Talented, maybe not. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is that she does. She doesn't act in movies.
No.
She doesn't produce anything. She doesn't sing.
No, she made a shoe or a coat.
But I will say this.
She's going to be in Tyler Perry. Well, I actually just corrected us. She's going to be acting on a Tyler Perry movie.
Okay, but that is in the future.
But that's because Tyler goes out to the people that can't get a job and gives them a job.
But I will say this about Kim. Kim is beautiful. She is beautiful, and the one good thing she is great at, and you can never take this away from her, is she is a camera spot hog.
Right.
She loves the cameras on her, and you can't blame her for that. When you are beautiful and you have the looks and you can get people to watch you and get paid to be watched just to live your everyday life, I'm sorry, ladies, but I would ride that train too. I'm really sorry, I'd be riding that train.
Okay.
What I will say to you, Kim, if anyone out there are Kim lovers, is let your brother Rob have a little spotlight.
Right.
The poor guy was depressed. He couldn't get out of bed. All of the girls are movie stars, models, doing all kinds of things. And she couldn't wait a month until his Dancing in the Stars was over.
Right.
She had to then steal his spotlight. That's what I'm telling you, Kim. You're a spot hog. Just let your family take a little light and you go to the side for a moment and deal with your marriage.
That's right.
And let your brother dance his
That's
heart
right.
out. And let that booty work
That's
out.
right.
And-
Hey,
and
you know,
let's-
but I have a thing because I was watching the ladies on The Talk, the opposite of The View, and Sharon Osbourne made a good point. She was talking about the fact that we have people in our country who are fighting for the right to be married.
Exactly.
And here we have somebody, in her words, and I totally agreed with her, is that they're making a mockery of marriage.
Exactly.
And let us know how you all out there
Exactly.
feel about it.
How
Post a
long?
question.
How long was she married?
72 days. I think it's a mockery. I think it's a big joke.
72 days. She didn't even make 3 months.
Right.
So
Totally.
what that tells Linda, who is a single woman, Monique, who is a single woman, I believe Crystal is a single woman, what that tells me is that you really didn't want to be married.
Right.
You didn't
Right.
want to. You didn't want
Hope
to
you're
work on
watching
it.
our shows, by the way, Kim.
You
Talk
didn't
about
want
the Diva show if y'all.
you didn't want to be married. You didn't want to work on it. As Monique and Sharon so eloquently said, there are people that would love to be in a marriage and have a man truly love them for who they are, which is what I hear this man did for Kim. And you just said, okay, I don't want to be married anymore, and you went on national TV.
But ladies, okay, wait a minute. Do we really believe that it was a real marriage? Because now she's reporting, Marie Claire has if anybody's watching, following this whole story, she's got a new cover as of December 1 for Marie Claire saying how devastated she is about the divorce. But we all know, anybody who knows publishing magazines, books, you're pre-publishing those things.
Exactly.
So it also begs the question, was this a real marriage? And I think a lot of us out there that secretly follow this or really follow it know, hey, it's not, it may have not been.
And
real.
that gets me back to Kim. What was another 30 days for your brother Rob? Give him some spotlight.
Well,
Give him some love.
Okay, make sure you guys vote for
Go Rob.
Rob
And that's
Kardashian. Okay.
but that makes it even worse that you would go out, because then it's absolutely what Crystal says. You're a publicity hog. And you know people don't want to see you on your own merit, so you make up things. And that's, to me, not good.
Right.
Not good.
And you're affecting, I think for me, the bottom line was this, is you're not only hurting yourself, but think about what you put Rob at. You could risk people from voting from him because of your actions. I know Kim is so popular,
Right.
and people either love what she does or she's against what she does. It could affect the entire family.
Right.
And I don't feel like she put a lot of thought or a lot of care into that. And for a family, the Kardashians that talk about family, 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 that's all they do.
Right.
I think Kim should have took that into consideration, and her parents didn't even know she filed for divorce.
Wow.
So Kim talks about family, she talks about the Kardashian name to the point where she didn't even change her name to Humphrey because the family. So let's talk about that family. If you really cared about the family, your mother, your brother, your sisters, you would really put into consideration that marriage. I was in a marriage and for a very long time, and I wasn't happy for 5 years. And the point was, I thought about my family and how it could affect them. And when I thought that through, and I was able to move forward with affecting them the least, that's when I chose to move on. Because it's all about the Kardashian, the family.
That's right.
You
That's
know
what
what?
you promote.
And I even take the flip side of it. I wouldn't want you to stay in a marriage where you were not happy. But then that goes back to prior to being married. How long were you with this guy? How well did you know this guy? Because everything that I've read, after the fact, you were revealing stuff that you didn't supposedly, quote unquote, know about him. And I think that the Bible had it right, because now I have to bring out who I really am, right? I think that the Bible says it right, that you don't get into a relationship one-sided. It's two people. It takes two to make a relationship. It says two become one. And so whatever issues he had, whatever problems he had, you should have gotten into the ring and helped him fight those problems and not broadcast it on TV. You were telling everybody else.
Your business.
Someone that commented, and I don't know who they were, 1 second. They said that you never even talked to your husband. You came straight to the TV world and told us what was going on.
Yes.
You never had a conversation with him. So to me, you weren't in a relationship.
We have some guys in here that are helping us out with the show today. So
Yeah.
if there's guys watching, guys, I'd love to hear from you about how you guys feel about Kim Kardashian. I know it's frivolous. We got more important stuff, but you know how the divas roll. So we want to hear from you guys about how you feel about the whole Chris's side. So I'd love to hear from our audience. We got some guys in studio with us today.
Yes.
So I'd love
And
to
we
hear
even
from
have
you guys.
I gotta give a shout out to my associate pastor, Pastor Derek Satchel. Let's give him a hand.
Hey everybody, the Diva Show is going glam, everybody.
Yes, we are. Yes,
So we have moved up in the world. We actually have a camera person.
Yes, yes.
So but we got a fantastic show, everybody. We are so sorry we're running behind schedule. If you joined us earlier, we're excited. But there's a couple other things we need to talk about. That's in the news. Has everybody been following the Occupy Wall Street movement?
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of good things that are involved, and I think there's some positive things, but I really want to pay some attention to the negative, because I think the media is missing out on some of the negative stuff. There was in Oakland, and anybody in that area who can confirm the story, a good friend of mine said someone from a naval person was attacked. I think that's so wrong, you guys. You know, come on, let's not attack our troops. I support our troops. I have family members in the military. I think it's wrong to attack anyone in the military. They go and give their life. Nobody pays them. Nobody.
They're not making a lot of
They're
money
doing
at
this
all.
as volunteers, as total volunteers.
Some
Protests. I may or may not agree with everything that they're protesting, but I totally understand their right to protest. But
And
to attack our service people,
it's only 1% of the Occupy Wall Street crowd that's doing the other stuff. And from what I was looking, and when I was looking at some of, because you guys, I came across the Young Turks. Shout out to my peoples. You guys are doing a wonderful job. But the Young Turks, and they actually sent a reporter to Oakland, and she was reporting on some of the damage that happened after their peaceful assembly. There was some people that came out and started wrecking things and breaking windows, and I think that's wrong, because you can never, I'm kind of with Martin Luther King, violence begets violence, and if you're going to make a change, you have to do it with actions, not violence, but with your actions. You have to, you have to be able to convey what it is your message truly is. And I think that's one of the problems with Wall Street, Occupy Wall Street, is because we don't really know. I mean, I read your manifest, but don't really know what you're asking, don't really know. And now you have all of this publicity, and I don't see anyone stepping up and taking the helm. And maybe I'm missing it because I'm only one person.
Well, there was one part of it that I really appreciate, and I totally support it. Last weekend there was stop banking with the big banks.
Yes.
I support that.
Exactly.
I think we as Americans need to support our community banks, like Bank of the West, credit unions, like Union Bank. I know you used to work for a bank.
Yes, I worked in the financial industry for 15 years. And of the 15 years, probably 11 years, I was the vice president for the larger banks such as Union Bank, Wells Fargo, and such. If you were to see what management and upper management makes on a quarterly basis in bonuses alone, I think people would be just irate. We have people right now that are without jobs, and you have management teams that are making $15,000 to $20,000, and that's just in bonuses alone.
Yeah.
And I left the financial industry because I just realized that that money could go. I made a good salary. My base salary was still 6 figures, and still I made these bonuses. I made great money, and I'm not putting that down, and that was all great for me. However, knowing where the economy is at, and for instance, Bank of America just laying off 30,000 people, but you got the president making $900,000 a year, and his bonus check every year hits closely around $1 million. That's public records. I think we need to be educated about the financial industry, and you're 100% right. We need to stand up.
Keep going.
Oh, we need to stand up, and we need to make a stand. And credit unions are the nonprofit organizations that put back into the community.
Right.
They donate to the wherever they are grounded in that town. They put back into that town. For
Right.
instance, if it's a credit union in Stockton, or they put back into Stockton. If it's a credit union in Sacramento, they put back into Sacramento. So I support credit unions by 100%.
And I think too, and you know, if anyone that works at a credit union or something like that, I know a lot of people when they think about credit unions are actually more stringent or strict, you know, with their the way you can get in. You know, you have to be a member here, you have to do that. But there is Ally Credit Union in Stockton. You just have to be a resident of Stockton.
Actually, Linda, every credit union in the town is just a residence now. The federal law had taken that about 2 years ago, I do believe. So if the credit union is in your town and you reside in that particular town, therefore you can go open an account in a credit union. Furthermore, you also will not be charged fees. Credit unions offer free checking accounts. I do believe 99% of them do. Where larger commercial banks do not. Now they're coming across where they're going to charge a commercial financial institution will be charging you to use your own ATM card per month.
$5. It's like
the state is trying to regulate the big commercial banks. But what's going to happen is they will regulate a portion of it. But the banks have CEOs that are making millions of dollars a year. These people have graduated from Harvard. They will know the laws and in and outs to get around those regulations to create new fees. With credit unions, they're very basic. They're they're called members. In a credit union, you become a member. And becoming a member of a credit union, you are now a shareholder. And some credit unions, and I've worked for a credit union for 7 years, in some credit unions, if they show profit at the end of the year, they give back the money to the members. You'll get a check in the mail. So look into the shareholders. Look into that. Credit unions is for you and you as an individual, not for the corporate. The financial industry, the larger commercial banks are for corporate. They don't want small accounts like us only to charge us. They want the larger clients that they could turn $5 million into loans to turn them into billions of dollars in 6% in loans. So you and I will get always nickel and dime because we're not giving them the percentage.
The money.
That's right.
So basically, you know, don't want to spend a lot of time here, but Occupy Wall Street, definitely make your demands, make them known, let the people like me really know what you're standing for. Because someone said in there that Pat Robinson, who is Christian, said Christians don't support them. And I think the reason why he said it is because we see you guys rebelling, and Romans 13 says, you know, obey them that have the rule over you. And it's talking about the government. It's talking about those in leadership. And so as a Christian, I can't rebel without there being some kind of righteousness, if you will. And so show me the righteousness that's going with what you say. I absolutely think what you're doing is a wonderful job. But give me something to work with, people, and stop breaking windows.
And if you really want to make a stand, everyone has the legal right to walk into Senate and go talk to your senators. Anyone could walk off the street, sit there, and wait to speak to a senator.
Demand to speak to your senators.
Write letters to your senators. Write letters. We're in Sacramento today, and it's right up the street. There is no excuse. If you want to state something or you want to stand for something, that's the best way to have your voice heard. Now, and utilize Facebook. A lot of things are generated through Facebook. So go onto Facebook and ask your friends and family to take their money out of a large commercial bank and go find a smaller bank. And that will be a huge stand. The banks will notice it. And it will be said.
Listen, and I'll give you case in point. Look at Netflix. Netflix is in trouble, looking like how we're going to make it because people walked away and shut down their memberships. And they took notice. I mean, I don't know how many people they lost, but they lost enough people that Netflix was like, hold up, wait a minute. We need to go. And I mean, I used to be a Netflix person. I've gotten like, I don't know, like 3 emails a day talking about come back. So they take notice when you line up and you do something like she's doing, like a mass exodus. I think everybody should leave Bank of America alone. I think we should just put them out because they've stolen.
That's the point out there. Leave the major banks.
They have stolen so many dollars. My sister went to Bank of America. Her first account was with Bank of America, and they took her measly little $89, and it was a savings account. It was a student savings account.
So wrong, everybody.
Let Bank of America go.
We got to move on because I smell Chef in the house. He is here to give you some tips, some tricks, and we are going to chow down. Chef Cat, what do you have for us today? I think he has something good. He's putting something together. We're going to...
Wait, we can't hear him. What?
He's coming on camera, everybody. You know how we
Let me go help him. I'm going to go help him and see if
and we're going to let Monique talk with him so I can go and get we're gonna give a book away today with some tickets away. We got prizes, people.
About the interviews. Everybody, we have some fantastic interviews. Of course, Chef Cat is coming up to give you some healthy recipes.
Look at that.
Look at that. Chef Cat has it going on, everybody.
I'm gonna take a picture so you guys can see it.
If our camera person can get zoom in with our webcam. And Chef Cat, how are you doing today, sir? It is so good to see you. Thank you for being here on the Diva Show. Now, Chef Cat, you're part of Longevity Gym, and everybody, we're here in Sacramento, California, once again at James Brown's Longevity Gym, and it's a personal, private gym. But part of it is
1 second. She doing too much introduction. Excuse me. How are you? So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Since this food looks wonderful.
Yes.
The thing is, and you know, this is the Diva Show, so we have
zoom in.
I need right now all the single women out there to press a 1 because I'm about to give y'all the hookup. If he's single.
Okay, they're moving the camera, you guys. Bear with us. Look at that.
Look at that.
If he's single, we gonna give y'all the hookup because you know. I'm thinking, you know, after a hard day's work, you want to come home to a man that can have something like this ready for you.
Right.
So, Kat, are you single? Oh, too bad, ladies. Too bad. I was about to hook y'all up.
But now, tell me, how do you work with James here at Longevity Gym?
Well, actually, James, he has several programs. One program is a obesity program he has.
Okay.
And he works in nutrition. He works basically get them in shape, and I basically break down how to cook and eat right, so they won't get back to where they're trying to lose from.
Well, we always. Okay, so what have you prepared for us
basically,
today?
that's a Mediterranean rice and a Polynesian chicken.
Okay, because it looks. I mean, by everybody, it looks delicious.
And I'm gonna taste it because you know how they do on the Food Network. You know how they do on the Food Network.
Okay, look, it's not a lot of calories. Everything's fresh.
Okay.
Actually, the tomatoes in there are from a friend of mine's garden. My friend Skip, his grandmother's, his mother's garden.
Okay.
Tomatoes are from her garden.
This is good, y'all.
And,
this is good. I just had the rice. So I'm not gonna eat the chicken on camera.
Can we get some napkins for her? She's gonna need some chicken on camera.
You guys, this is why we do it live. You know how the Diva Show does it. We're just live.
That's some good stuff. Y'all know we ranted and raved about his chicken breast the last time, and we only got a piece of it. This, ooh, I get to taste it.
Our trusty assistant.
See that? See.
She's like.
Okay. We gonna eat a bite of chicken.
Try the chicken.
Okay, let me try it.
You got a kick to it.
It looks really good. Now, what kind of rice is it?
It's a Mediterranean rice.
This is Mediterranean. It's delicious, everybody. So, Chef Cat, explain to us how to prepare this if we're at home.
You want all the ingredients?
Okay. I mean, is it brown rice, white rice?
No, it's jasmine rice.
Oh, jasmine rice. Okay.
It has a color
to
it.
It's finger looking good.
She is on TV, everybody. Don't watch. She's grown. Okay, that's all
Look,
we're gonna say.
that's good stuff right there. Okay. All right. So how do you do this? Cause I'm gonna go home and make me some more.
Okay. Now, as far as the rice, basically I cut up my bell peppers, my onions, my shallots, and I chop them up real fine, and I saute them first in bacon grease.
Oh, okay.
You said bacon grease.
Wait a
It's
minute. Now, how is
bacon,
that healthy?
I'm gonna tell you why it's healthy.
Okay.
Because it's only 4 strips of bacon, so it's not really a lot of grease. So 4 strips of
Okay.
bacon,
Okay.
and you're using like 3 cups of rice. So and that's really just coating the rice.
Oh,
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not really a lot of. It's not heavy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's real
okay.
light,
Okay.
as you can tell.
So like if someone like myself
Really good.
who is
Crystal's in the background.
because you guys know I'm going through my transformation, and if you
And I
guys
will be there to cook for you. You just gotta call
I
me.
know. We're trying to.
so listen, if you guys want to follow
Um,
me, wait one second.
Oh, they're.
I'm shamelessly plugging myself. If you guys want to follow me, I'm on myfitnesspal.com, and you guys can go there, Coach Linda, and I believe it's Coach Linda H or something like that. But you guys can follow me because I love all the food that I eat, and yeah, we're gonna have to see if you can put me on a poor man's budget, so
Okay.
you can
I'll do
make
that.
me some meals.
I'll do that.
So it's bell
Okay.
pepper, onion,
Bell pepper,
shallots,
onions, shallots,
jasmine rice.
jasmine rice. I have nice cut up tomatoes in there,
Okay, fresh
and
tomatoes.
the bacon bits inside as well.
Oh,
Fresh
okay.
bacon, I know are artificial.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do people
So
do one of the
Basil,
things as a chef?
rosemary.
So
As
like
a
if
chef,
I
you
don't
do
use
you-
like regular vegetable oil, you know, what kind of grease did you use for your bacon?
It's just
It's just
he used
bacon. 4 strips of bacon. That was it.
Oh,
Yeah.
so okay, I
No
got you.
extra added oil.
Okay, so if I don't want to do that, could I use something else? Like could I use
No margarine.
olive
We
oil?
already talked about it. Olive oil is fine.
Okay,
No margarine.
yeah.
So you could keep it on. the
Margarine's
health-
bad for you. Use butter.
Use butter. I'm with you on that. And you know because it just tastes better. Butter
Tastes better, but if you're on the poor man's budget,
Then just don't eat.
Use olive oil.
it.
Don't make it.
so
Because
you know,
he's telling
you gotta have
You gotta
something
make
on
it
that
correct.
toast.
Don't use margarine.
No margarine. No margarine.
You gotta have something on that toast.
Now,
Okay.
Chef, let me ask you a question because when you cook, do you go to like local markets, food markets? Do you prefer to use that versus going grocery store?
If anything, I go to farmer's market.
Yeah,
But
okay.
normally I have my own vegetable garden in my backyard.
Oh wow. Okay, so it really keeps.
So
it-
y'all
it keeps-
missed out
So-
on this one.
So how much? Okay, if you're on a budget, how much would most of this stuff cost if you have like Sacramento, Stockton, we have
Mhm.
farmers market.
Yes, we do.
So would it be? You could say the rice could be less than $1.
Exactly.
Wow. So guys.
So
is
this
a
meal
budget
would be
meal.
what?
It's a budget
How,
Okay.
the total of this whole meal would be.
My cost to you or just the cost making it?
No, I mean the cost of making it.
I'm making it.
You can make this meal probably for under $20 for 6 people.
Oh, wow.
$20 for 6 people.
And that's
pretty
cheaper
good.
than going
It's
to
cheaper than
McDonald's.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
healthy.
And so let's talk about the cost for you to make this for them and me and us.
Well, if I was making, I wouldn't just serve you this to be a 3-course meal.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, you
Yeah.
know what your ass is.
So you do a whole. So when you do a food meal plan for a person that's trying to lose weight, you plan out their breakfast, their lunches, and dinner.
Yeah, but first of all, I would like to know, I want to schedule what your number intake is.
Okay.
And I want you to write out what you
Okay,
like that whole,
1,600 calories.
okay, but 600 calories of what?
Whatever I eat, just 1,600
I mean,
calories.
see, we went 600 calories, but then we may be eating all this extra chicken and whatever. You sure 600
Yeah.
calories?
On myfitnesspal.com, I can't go over 1,600 calories.
Okay.
I think it's 1,650 or 1,670. It's something like that. But say 1,600, and if I put my food in, it'll say, you went over. And if you keep going over, you gonna weigh this much at this time. So yeah, I don't like that. So I try to stay within, and it flashes the error messages. You went over your
Okay,
calories.
so what are you gonna be, so are you sticking to chicken and fish and?
I can eat whatever I want. I just try to stay within. Because like yesterday, I was out and about, so I actually went to McDonald's and had a Big Mac. And so I knew because I did that.
That way.
Oops, I knew that since I did that, I couldn't eat nothing else.
Okay.
Look, I'm telling myself. I always do. I always
Okay,
do.
Chef
So.
Cat, we have a question
Yeah.
from Skip and Q. What is your favorite salmon dish and how do you prepare it?
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Salmon. My favorite salmon dish. I like to start cooking it basically on the stove, and then I finish off in the oven. I start with basically this my shallots, my onions, and my mushrooms. First I get a little bit of butter.
A little bit.
A little bit.
See.
Just
So a little bit to you is a little spat, a little pat.
It's not even a tablespoon. It's not just graze across the top of it.
Oh,
Just
okay.
real lightly, just on the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
And then I throw my shallots and my onions in the bottom. And then I throw in, put my salmon right on top.
Okay.
I put it up like halfway up to salmon. I fill with Chardonnay.
Ooh.
With Chardonnay,
I always
halfway
like
up.
that.
And I let that simmer for like 2 minutes. And then I add a broth on top of it.
Oh.
And I let that
sounds
simmer
good.
for another 2 minutes. And then I throw it in the oven and finish it off
Mhm.
for like another 5 minutes. And I take it out. And then I take the salmon to the side, take it up, put it on the side plate, and then with the sauce, put it back on the stove, add a tablespoon of butter, and I make it all down to a sauce.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you provide us with some recipes? Because I'm sure our viewers would love some of your specialty
I don't see nothing
recipes.
there. Why is that?
It's still on.
Oh, it's just
Everybody
black?
using
Oh,
the webcam.
okay.
It just went black.
Okay, I didn't know. I'm like,
Are we on? We're on. We're still on.
okay.
Where did you get your training from? I
Cordon
see the
bleu.
cordon bleu. Wow.
Cordon bleu.
Very good.
Wow. And so, Kat, people can actually, if they live in or around Stockton, or in Sacramento, we're in Sacramento, okay, they can actually hire you to come in and do their events.
I
and
come
things
into
of that
events. I do get some dinner for couples. You name it, I'm there.
We have another question. Where can we find you? Where can we find your food?
Actually, right now I'm just catering. I'm doing a lot of catering right now.
Okay.
Eventually I will open up a club/restaurant.
Woo-hoo!
Okay, I love the
I'll be
dancing too.
there.
But I won't find that and all that. But right now I'm just doing a lot of catering.
All right. Good.
And so if you want to get in contact with Kat, you will call,
916-896-7775.
Okay.
say it one more time.
916-896-7775.
All righty
Say it
then.
one more time.
So you heard it first here on the Diva Show.
I have a question
Go
for
ahead.
Chef Kat.
Yes.
A lot of people work all day,
Mhm.
and would you be able to prepare a meal Monday
Yes.
through Friday and refrigerate it for
Yes.
us? Excellent.
I do that as well.
Excellent.
That's a good
And
question.
can you tell us how would I come pick it up, or could you deliver it, or how would you do that for me?
Actually, depending on what it is, I'll deliver. Most likely, I'll deliver.
And how many people, like if it's a family of 4 or a family of 5, is that comfortable? And roughly.
Whatever you want, I will provide.
Excellent.
It doesn't matter 5, 6, 7, 2.
You heard it here first on the
Good job.
Diva
Yes,
Show.
I will
And
provide.
listen, our divas are the people that watch our show. You divas are wonderful people, and we do want to encourage you. Even if you don't want to utilize his services now, call him up and say, Kat, I'm sorry, okay, so that's why you shouldn't eat on TV. But say, Kat, I saw you on the Diva Show, and you can call him and ask him any
If you
kind
say
of
that, I'll
question.
give you a discount. So you saw me on the Diva Show.
Oh, all right. Discount,
The
everybody.
Divas.
Now, can they also find you on Facebook?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Let's talk about Facebook.
So what's your is it under Chef Kat?
Actually, I'm redoing that right now, and also
Okay.
the website should be done because actually Thanksgiving is around the corner. So
Woohoo.
we're gonna do all the photos,
we
so the
should-
website will be up for Thanksgiving for
Oh,
all the
good.
current pictures.
Are you gonna have some recipes for us that we can post? We'll actually post some recipes.
Okay, we'll
Some
do
of your Thanksgiving,
We'll do that.
healthy Thanksgiving.
We'll do
dishes.
post Oh, we got lights now.
Oh yes, we have lights, everybody.
Diva
We are
Show.
moving up. We're moving up. But we have so you'll have some recipes
Yes, I will.
for stuffing.
Definitely.
Can we really have the healthy stuffing? Is that really?
Absolutely, because Chef Kat said we can.
Look,
I mean, honestly, can we
look,
really
I'm being
have
honest. There's no such thing as really healthy stuff
Okay.
because we were trying to lose weight. We try to stay away from the bread, which is cheese.
Right.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's a
Yeah,
good.
Chef,
Look.
seriously,
You guys are
I'm
already
looking-
calling him. Good job.
yay, good. People are calling Chef
And
Kat.
that's I can't talk right now.
Chef Kat is taking calls. So if you call his cell phone, he will answer.
Look, I can't be taking calls right now. Text the lady right here.
If you have any more questions,
What's the
for
number
Chef
here?
Kat- Oh, that's right. We have our Diva call-in.
You gotta call in number here.
1-800-513-1554, extension 706. Come straight to us. We'll answer it. You can talk to Chef Cat directly. Set up your meal plan. Call him on his number. It's in the chat room box. Thank you so much, Chef Cat.
And since Pastor D is here,
since
Pastor D is here, I'm gonna see if Pastor D can talk to him about having him come and do something for the pastoral staff of Victory and Praise, we can get our grub on Christmas or something.
If you have, and check out, you do catering events.
Yes.
So I guess with all the holidays coming up, you're going to be doing Christmas parties. So if you have any of those events and you're in the Stockton, Sacramento, how far will you go, Chef? Have car will travel. Okay, have car will travel.
Exactly.
So
if some of you that are across the nation, I'm sure he'll find out how to get it to you.
Yeah.
FedEx freeze dry. That's what it is.
If they do.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. And please, we want some more recipes. Okay. So we're gonna drag you back and have you actually
and you guys are gonna
cooking.
Yeah, you're gonna do some. You're gonna help work out later, right?
Yeah, he'll be.
So y'all see him working out.
Working out with us because they're gonna make me work
out. Yeah, we'll work out.
With them. I told them that I was too diva-licious to work out. So
she said that.
Yeah, they gonna work out. Linda gonna stay diva-licious. How about that?
But thank you, everybody. Let's move on. Fashion and beauty.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Chef.
Okay. So now we're gonna leave you in the capable hands for real of Monique, and I'm gonna come back a little bit later.
I don't know if our are you ready? I know everybody's like we want to eat.
So Monique's gonna talk first, and then Linda's gonna come back.
Hey everybody! Oh wow, they're moving stuff around, and I'm gonna move over here. How's that? Oh, is that good, everybody? Wow! Oh my gosh, it's so good that we are now in fall. So everybody's been like, "What's the latest fall jewelry?" I'm gonna drag Linda back on TV so she can show us some of our fall jewelry. One of the big things that everybody's wearing now, it's getting a little bit cooler here in the fall in the valley. We're starting to have the 40, 30, the 40, 50 degree days. It's a great time for a scarf. And if somebody will kindly run to my car and get my scarf out, we have tons of scarves on our website. And if you're looking for the right gift for your wife, for your girlfriend, for anybody, we have some fantastic scarves. They are beautiful, stylish, they're pashmina scarves, and they make great gifts. So I'm going to have, I think one of our ladies is ready. Is anybody ready back there, or am I still talking?
Huh? We'll do the scarf at.
In the car.
Which one?
Gray car. They're right on the side. Right here. Yeah, see, this is how it rolls. You know, when you got a live show, and you have no help, you just keep going. So in the gray car, right back there, straight back.
You want me to come back?
Yes, because we're going to have Linda model some jewelry. As we're preparing for the holidays, ladies, you want to look fantastic. And if you notice today, I've got a lot of bling on. But Linda, my lovely model, is going to show off some of her holiday bling. So if you're going to an after work party, she's going to...
Can you see that? That's why. See, we asked my associate pastor, Pastor Derek, to come because this man is fabulous. This man is fabulous with the camera and I mean taking photographs, doing whatever. If you're into Stockton or Sacramento or Lodi, any area like that, you need to get in touch with this man. This man will make you look like you are a movie star for real. But anyway, so anyway, he was supposed to be here so he can get a thing. But sometimes things don't work out. But we gonna have him come back and we gonna get a close up. Can y'all see that? That is absolutely gorgeous. See that workage? I don't even know if that's a word, but see all that little pattern and the earrings that match. See that? Yeah.
So these are all 5. So this is Linda's go after work. She's still dressed up. She just added a little shimmer to her outfit. She's got a great shiny blouse. So what we did was we added some shiny bling jewelry because she's going out tonight with the girls to celebrate the holidays, having a nice cocktail. Oh, well, hopefully,
No,
you didn't hear that.
if you, yeah, I'm gonna have a virgin cocktail.
A virgin cocktail.
Because Linda
So
don't drink. Sorry.
She's wearing beautiful silvery multi-strand, which brings a lot of attention. Oh, we've got a cute little girl.
There she is. Because we're teaching all the divas how to be diva.
Right? She's diva-licious. She's like, hey, what's going on, mommy?
She's like, wait a minute, hold up. They've been
on live
TV too long. I want to get on TV.
But this is our multi-strand necklace, and it's really gorgeous, and it does come with matching earrings. Again, $5.
$5.
So we have, Linda's got this, and we're gonna dress up a couple of people, right? Are we dressing up?
Yes, we're dressing up some people.
So,
and while we're talking about, can Ashley, can you give me those body magics over there? While we're talking about dressing up folks and putting on scarves, and I like, you guys know that. What's your name?
This is why we have Valerie here. Hi, Valerie. I know you're going to watch it and be like, these ladies are off.
Okay, that's why we have Monique. Because Monique is my personal dresser and stuff. But she always talks about foundation. And I'm sorry, me and she may show some women. We're going to show some women underwear in a minute. But anyway, this is what we call a body magic. And if you don't know what that is, simply what it is it's a garment that you put on under your clothes, and it lifts and pushes things back where it's supposed to be. And it's made out of the material that when, I don't know if you guys ever had a tummy tuck, but if you've ever seen someone or known someone that had a tummy tuck, after they have their tummy tuck, they have to have something put on them that holds them so it doesn't move, so it can heal properly. Well, this body magic is made out of that material, so it's very sturdy. And when you put it on, it helps you to lose up to 2 dress sizes.
Woo-hoo.
Somebody just got happy about that thing, right? It helps you to lose up to 2. Pastor Derek, can you come over here? Anyway, once you put it on, it lifts up your rear end. It brings that up, and it puts it where it's supposed to be. So women, as we get older, gravity tends to pull on us. And what the body magic does is it lifts everything back. And yes, when I say lift, it does. It lifts everything back where it's supposed to be. It holds you back, so it puts everything where it's supposed to be. When God made you, it remembers where that is, and it pulls everything up, and it takes you in. And I have one on right now. And
don't be showing everybody.
see, I'll put this down. See, I have one on right now, and basically what it does is it holds you in. And as you can tell, I'm not restricted in any way. I'm not feeling, because, people say, well, it looks like a girdle to me, and I don't like to wear girdles and this, that, and the other. But I can actually work out in this. I can go to the gym in this. I can work out. I can bend over. I can sit up. I can do whatever I want to do. If you have back problems, it's good because it has back support for you. It lifts up the girls and puts them in their proper places. And they also have an angel bra. And I don't have on the angel bra today, but they have on what they call an angel bra. And once you put the body magic and the angel bra in, you get it takes care of everything. It just makes you look like one seamless, smooth, instantly smaller person. So I just wanted to show you. And we were going to have Ashley model for us, and unfortunately hers didn't come in. Now the body magic, I know people are looking and they're saying this is the one I ordered for you.
Okay.
So so the body magic, this is the body magic. Then we have the Body Magic Long. So those that like to wear pants and you want to have that thigh area taken care of and down to your knees, we have the Body Magic Long. We also have another one that's called the Body Shaper, I believe, and it's the Body Magic, but it doesn't have the straps to it. So if you want to wear something, that reveals stuff, you can wear your shoulders out and still have that look. So if you want to go and take a look at the products that the Body Magic has, you can go to mytightbodymakeover.com, mytightbodymakeover.com, and you can go there, and the lady that's helping me with my weight release, she will be able to help you get that, and pretty soon Coach Linda will be selling these, but right now you can go to mytightbodymakeover.com. You can see all the products that we have for you. There's also nutritional products. There's household. If you clean your house and you want to be green, we have green products for you. So all of that, go check them out. Tell Elisa Dubois that Linda sent you, okay? And go ahead and go and get this, because I'm telling you, if you're trying to get into that dress that you haven't got into for the past 2 years, this will get you into it. All right. So who's next? Well, that's all I had. I think Crystal was supposed to talk about how to start a business or something.
Yeah, if you want me to.
Okay, so Crystal's going to come and tell you how to start a home business, okay?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming and joining these Diva ladies. They're wonderful ladies. It's so fun because I feel like I'm on The View or even The Talk. I'm that, young lady that used to be in that one show. Oh, okay. If you have any questions. So, as you know, I've been in the banking industry for 15 years and graduated from University of Berkeley in the lending industry. So loans, business loans, I'm also very familiar with. So if you have questions about how to obtain a business loan and what's the documentation that they're looking for and how long it is or what experience you have, I'm a great person to ask questions.
She gonna try the thing on, so I want her to. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry, because I know Chris is talking about real stuff and I'm coming back to play. But we wanted to put Ashley on this thing because she's going to try on, she thinks she can wear the other Body Magic, so we're going to try it. And I want you guys to kind of see what she looks like.
She looks fabulous. This is beautiful.
Yes, it's wonderful. And we're going to see what the Body Magic does and how it tapers her in, okay? So, thank you.
Okay, well, let's start off with owning your business. First of all, I would highly recommend don't open a business unless you have passion for it. Something maybe you have experienced in the past, or experienced in something you have passion for, something you'll do for a very long time. A lot of people will start a business. They really don't like the business they're starting. They just think it'll generate money with the economy we're in. That's not always a guarantee. If you open your business doors, there's no guarantee people will come. So I would highly recommend, if you're going to do it, have the passion to get started in what you do and what you love. Let it be your calling in life. And that being said, what I highly recommend to first do is look into what business you want to start. If you want to start a restaurant, look at the statistics in the restaurant industry. What does your average business take, how much it takes, and multiply that average cost and multiply that by 50%. So, for instance, if you're going to open a business and you calculate it would cost you about $30,000 to start your own business, then I would increase that by 5%. And that's truly your real cost. You want to put money aside to have in your business in your savings account at least 6 months to cover rent or to cover your daily bills. So you would have that backup because it will take about an average of 3 months to get you up and running. That would be number one. Look into the business, see if it's what you want to do, and put money aside and be prepared financially. And that will physically and mentally prepare you for opening your own business. Now, if it's a multi-level business and it's home start business or multi-level marketing business, that's great as well. And I would suggest you don't have to put away 5%, but I would definitely put away a small savings because there are going to be some extra costs. Look at, there's my #1 fan. Hey, gorgeous. Hi, sweetie. See, she's already trying to start her own business. The showstopper. She's gonna be the next J-Lo. Huh? So, anyways, that being said, I think just put some money aside. #1. Then the second thing you definitely want to do is you want to get an EIN number. Even if it's a multi-level business, I would highly recommend to get an EIN number. And where you're gonna want to get an EIN number is you can go online and just type in it's gov.org. www.gov.org. In the right-hand corner, go to search and type in EIN. E as in Edward, I as in Ink, N as in Nancy, EIN number. And then the site will come up in the application. If you do it after hours, you will then have no cost. I do believe if you do it before 4, they charge you a fee. If you do it after 4 o'clock in the evening, I think you can obtain it for free. That would be #1, get your EIN number. Once you get that in place, the next thing you want to do is go get your fictitious business name statement. That will be your local city. You just go to county records and pick up a local business license or a fictitious business license with your business name, and you are actually 90% ready to open your business. #1, EIN number. #2 is your fictitious business name statement. Once you do that, now you can go open a bank account. And bank account is always crucial. It's #1 in opening your business. People do it the last. It should actually be the first thing you do, because when you're putting your bank account at the very end, that means you're already telling yourself you're not going to make money. But you need a bank account because you need to know that once your business starts going, you need to put that money somewhere, and you can't put it in your personal account. So #1, EIN number. If you want it, you can use your social security number if you'd like. #2 is go get a fictitious business name statement. If you're not using your last name in the business, like for instance, if it's Delightful Donuts and Coffee, as you know, the business owner's name is not Delightful, therefore you would need to open a fictitious business name statement. However, if it's McHenry's Cafe, McHenry meaning the gentleman's last name, then he does not need to get a fictitious business name statement, because therefore his business name his last name is in the business and it is a sole proprietorship. So fictitious business name statement and bank account. Once you do that, then I say go for it and start your own business. Then you're ready to rock and roll and make money and get to all those things you need. The second thing I suggest, if you're not opening a MLM account or a business and you're opening a small business, is credit card processing. How are people going to pay you? Well, people will pay you by cash, but will people be able to pay you by credit cards? They should, because on an average, it's 79% of people pay with a debit card or a Visa card. And that being said, that's where I come in. You can contact me at 209-221-3643, Central Payment Credit Card Processing, and I help large corporations all the way down to small business owners as well, and offering them the credit card processing. So that's pretty much easy processing to open your own business. And I think that's the direction people should go with the economy where it's going is, think about your future.
That number again.
209-221-3643. Central Payment Credit Card Processing. Not only do we help you with processing your credit cards where you could take from your clients Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover, but we also take it one step further for you. We also have a social media product that is attached with that. So you could text your clients and thanking them for doing business with you. You can Facebook your clients and ask them for referrals. And it's all done on one hub, and it's all stimulated through the credit card machine. It's a phenomenal product. It is called Spot On. And we call it Spot On because it's all about your business and bringing your business and people to spot on to you. So thank you for giving me your time, and I really appreciate it.
Well, I was going to ask you, while she's sitting here, I'm going to ask her a couple questions about Spot On, because if most of you know, I use I use Facebook for marketing, like this show, and a lot of us who are in business for ourselves use Facebook. And to explain I don't think you really explained how Spot On works. Exactly how does it work?
Well, with Spot On, it's a very small amount per month, and in fact, I give it to you for 2 months for free,
Okay.
so you can understand it, because it is a lot to wrap your mind around. It's actually 8 products in one, and the first product you get with it is we create. It's called a business fan page for your business, and we create that for you if you don't have one. And most people just have a personal page, but not a fan page for their business. So that comes with it for free.
Okay.
We also create a Twitter account for your business also. And with that, we call you and we ask you what kind of pictures you'd like to use on your Facebook, and we ask you what kind of advertising you'd like to use. And if you don't have anything, we'll create that for you as well.
Oh, wow.
So, and there's no cost to do that. With that, we also do texting. So you have Twitter and then you have texting, which is MSG, I do believe, or MSS. Texting product. So that's 3 products already that I've talked about that you could touch with your clients. How does it work? Well, just like you log on to Facebook in the morning, you log into your password and you log into Facebook and you can see all what people write on Facebook.
Yeah.
You do the same concept, but instead of logging into Facebook, you log on to Spot On. Spot On gives you a password and they give you a username. So you log on to Spot On, but the difference is when you log on to Spot On, you will have Facebook, Twitter, and messaging, and email, Foursquare, and check-in, all in one hub.
All in one place.
All in one place. So if you wanted to send a message to people on Facebook, you would type in your message.
Like we're going to have a 2 for $5 sale, everybody.
Yeah.
So our 2 for $5 sale will go out over Facebook.
And in the left-hand corner of the page, it would say Twitter, Facebook, SMS, SMG, Foursquare, and check-in, all of the different categories. And it says create a message. You click on create a message. You create your coupon, or you create your message. In Chef Kat's place, he could create a message to everybody, a Thanksgiving dinner. Or if he has a promotion, coming up with a 7-meal course for the holidays, he could promote that. So he'll type in the coupon or the promotion in the creative event. Then on the left-hand corner, he checks in on which ones he wants to send. At the top, it says, do you want to send to all? Which means if you send all, that means it's going to hit your Facebook account.
Okay.
That means it will tweet people, and that will also text people.
So it sounds like it's kind of like a loyalty program for business owners?
It also does that too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's 8 products in one. And the loyalty product is, let's say, for instance, Monique sent out a message, and it goes out to everybody that Monique has a $5 jewelry, and she has, you buy 2 earrings, you get the 3rd one for free. So I go in, and Monique sends me this message, and I get a text message from Monique, and I said, oh my gosh, Monique has, I buy 2 earrings, and I get 1 for free. Well, I've been looking at these 2 sets of earrings. I'm going to buy now. So I go on the internet and I go shopping with Monique. But Monique, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, Mama. But Monique will give you a code to get a coupon. When you go to use your credit card or you buy anything cash or credit card through Monique, she types in the credit card how much you spend. Every time you spend money with Monique, you earn points. And if you spent $30 with Monique, if that's how she wants to set it up, every time you spend $30 with her, she gives you $5 worth of jewelry for free. You could do that. It's whatever the business owner, how he wants to set up his rewards. That's the loyalty and rewards program. It's also part of that 8-product service. So 8 products in one for such a small price. So you've got advertising, texting, messaging, loyalty, and then you also have the gift card program too.
Oh, that's cool. So for business owners who are just starting out, how much, because it sounds like it's a whole lot, how much does that really cost?
Well, your average advertising, let's say if you're going to advertise the exact same thing we're advertising for you with a small business owner, it's typically $500 a month with companies such as ours. If you go with the penny saver or the newspaper, you're paying up to as little as $300 a month, up to $1,500 a month in advertising. Well, we're going to give you advertising with it. We're going to give you texting with it. You're going to get referral programs where we will entice your clients to send your referrals to their friends. And if they send referrals to their friends, you'll get perks and benefits by doing that also. So you're getting that as well. So a referral program with it. And we're only charging, we have 2 products. One for $39 a month for the small business owners that may not need gift cards, or only $49 a month, which is gift cards and your loyalty program and your rewards program. So you're getting 8 products for $49 a month. The first 2 months we're giving it away for free for 30 days, so you could try it out. And it's just an amazing product. Everyone that I've signed up has not had any issues with it. In fact, I got a text message this morning by a smog shop, and he says it increased his business so far, and he's had it for 3 weeks, 15%.
All right. Well, that's what we want to hear in this
So if you need a smog, you can go to Smog Tech 5 on Facebook, like his page, and he gives you $30 off your next smog. And those are just perks to give people, entice them to go to his Facebook. So you get a coupon for just liking his page.
That's great. That's fantastic. And in these times, and we need all the marketing tools that we can get. It sounds like Spot On is a fantastic product. And I really think if you're looking for a way to market your business, not only is what you're viewing right now one way to do it with MBT, it's a fantastic tool. There's another tool with Spot On. Please contact Crystal and make sure, Crystal, give them your phone number again.
It's 209-221-3643. And you're welcome to call my business. That's my business line. And feel free to ask me any questions you may have. If you are interested to learn a little bit more about the product, if you go into www.spoton.com, so it's www.spoton, all one word, .com, then it will actually give you a demo. It will give you a few clients that I have up and running, their testimonials of how it's helped them and how they utilized it. And it'll also show you, you could go in there and see a few videos. What I was amazed by is I don't think we realize how many people tweet, but there's 689 billion people tweet a day. That's a day.
That's a lot.
That's a day. And if you're not part of that process in this economy, we're missing out on a lot of business. And this is time that we need to think outside the box. And we're doing that with Spot On in such a small amount of cost. I calculated it, and it's under $300 a year. That's $300 a year to have advertising 24 hours a day working for you. But the main objective about it is this. If I have 400 members on my page, and how many, Monique has 1 million. Monique has 1 million, and I send out something about my business on Monique's, then Monique's friends on her page will see my post. That's amazing. We're talking about millions of people could talk about your business. Millions of people will advertise for your business without even realizing it. And millions of people, I have people that email me and say, hey, Crystal, do you give me more about the Spot On? And I just send them a link. So it's www.spoton.com. Thank you so much.
We'll be back.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Diva.
We have some more great stuff coming up, everybody. I believe we have Coach Linda coming up shortly, and we're actually hanging out for our guests. We have a very, very special guest that.
That's gonna take us back because it's like 1. I don't know if she's gonna make it.
Oh wow. Okay. We have a very, very special guest who is
traveling
here. So we're hanging out as much as we can.
But
we have
go ahead and do mine so we can get that out of the way.
Yeah, let's move that along. Okay, so we have Coach Linda. She's going to give you Diva inspiration.
Yes. And before I do that, I'm going to kind of move this out of the way. And we're going to have Ashley come back because remember we showed you Ashley and she went and put on the body magic. And now she has on a whole new look. So we're going to have Ashley come out. Let's give Ashley a hand, everybody. I can't see me, but I guess y'all can see me. Okay. And so This is Ashley, and if you guys can remember, she was in her jeans and things of that nature. She's put on the Body Magic, and what we've noticed is that it's given her definition in her waistline. Let me pull the skirt down a little bit. It's given her definition in her waistline. She's actually wearing, I don't know what size she normally wears, but she's right now in a size 16. And so she has this on, turn around, and you can see the curves are there, and she has on a little shawl that Monique gave her, and she's wearing some $5 jewelry. So this is kind of what the Body Magic will do for you. And Ashley, just tell them, how do you feel? How is it restrictive in any way? Is it pinching you? Does it feel like you have on a girdle? What?
No, it doesn't have like a little pinch of feel. You know, sometimes when you wear like the little girdle or the Spanx, how feel like you like all the time you try to sit like this. No, it's not doing none of that. I can actually move around and touch my toes and all that great stuff in that. So,
And look hot.
And you look hot. So again, remember, if you're going to be in that evening gown and you want something to just kind of make everything look like it's in the right place and make your stomach look flat and things of that nature, definitely go to mytightbodymakeover.com. Tell Elisa Dubois, Linda sent me, and you can get yours too, okay? So there we have it. Thank you so much, Ashley. And now she getting ready to go. She's not going to stay diva. She getting ready to go and work out in a few minutes with the fellas and Monique and all of them. But I did want to talk to you guys a little bit. We've been having a lot of fun talking about Diva News and Kim Kardashian and Occupy Wall Street. And I just want to kind of, I know some of you come and you're going through hard times. Maybe you're in business and your business is not doing well. You're frustrated. There's things going on in your life. Maybe you're in transition. I know a couple of friends of mine have just been laid off of their jobs, and so now they're looking for, you know, what else? What do I do now while I'm waiting to get another job? Or maybe this was a godsend. I don't want another job. I want to start my own business. And there is a word out there that I use a lot, and it's called empowerment. And I want you right now, if you can, get a piece of paper, get a pencil, take some notes. I'm not going to try to be long with you guys. I'm going to be really quick. But I want to give you 5 questions you can ask yourself when you're in transition that will help you find your way. And it's kind of, you know anything about empowerment coaching, I make you understand, or I should say, I help you understand that you have the power. There are some talents, some gifts, some things that God has put in you. It's right in your hands for you to use to make you go above and exceedingly above anything that you could ever hope, ask for, or dream. And we know that that's what the Bible says in Ephesians 3:20. But I also wanted to talk about a friend of mine's book, and I'm reading this, and I'm actually going through it. And the title of it is called How I Flatlined and Woke Up in 45 Days. That title alone will catch you because you're like, wait a minute, well, you dad, what's going on? But what it is, it's a guide to empowered living. And Cheryl Wood is the author. She's an awesome, very inspirational and motivational speaker. If you go on YouTube, type in her name, Cheryl Wood, you'll hear some of her speeches. I love, she has this one speech where she talks about no, being if you're a business person and you're going out there and you're getting rejection after rejection, no just means next opportunity. And I love that. I've applied that to my life. So she sent me this book. She had I don't think it was a contest. I just think I kind of lucked up on it. I was the first one to sign up for some empowered classes that she's going to be teaching to entrepreneurs. And because I was the first one, I got her book. And again, it's How I Flatlined and Woke Up in 45 Days. And basically, she has some very good things going on in here. And I'm not going to tell you any of it because I want you to go get the book. So she has some really good things in here. But what I did want to point out before I get into my coaching is it's 45 days and it's a journal. And so I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to give it to you guys. But it's 45 days and it says day 1 empowerment tip be confident. There's a paragraph, and then there is a journal, and it says, how did I implement this empowerment tip into my daily routine today? How will I use this tip in the future? And then you journal that. I am an avid journalist. I journal all the time. I think sometimes we miss out on things that are right in front of us because they're trapped on the inside, and we allow our emotions and what we see in our circumstances and our situations to block the truth of the matter. And I say the truth of the matter is because if you know anything about faith, you know faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is me holding on to this book, right? This is the substance. But it's also me being able to see what's not there. Not looking at what's in front of me, but seeing what's not there. I heard a sermon by Bishop Rufus Turner, who told me that, well, he wasn't just talking to me. I make it sound like he was just talking to me, right? He said that sometimes faith is just grabbing putting your hands into this area and pulling something down. And so that's what we have to do. So let me get into the 5 transitional questions that you should ask yourself. And I want you to look at this. Don't look at your circumstances. Don't look at your situations. But ask yourself these questions based on your ideal life. First of all, before we get into the 5 transitionals, I want you to ask yourself, what should my life look like? What is it that I really want my life to look like? And so once you ask yourself, what is it that I want my life to look like? Journal it. I mean, to the minute detail. If you want a certain kind of curtain to your window, and go out and find the swatch of the fabric and put that on a vision board and put the type of curtains you want, put the type of house you want, put the type of car, if you're not married, what is your husband going to feel like, I guess, because you don't want to say what he's going to look like, but how is he going to treat you? I mean, put everything on your vision board, right? And then I want you to sit down in a quiet place, and I want you to ask yourself these 5 questions. And I'm going to go through them very quickly, so hopefully you have pen and paper in hand, okay? The first question is, what is my pain? Why do I want to make this transition now? Why now and not yesterday? Why now and not tomorrow? Why do I need to make this pain? Why do I need to make this change? What is my pain? When you ask yourself, what is my pain? The next thing that you're going to journal that, okay? Because again, I told you, I'm all about journaling. You're going to journal that, and you're going to journal that until you drill down to that emotional part of you. That thing that causes you to say, hold up, wait a minute, I don't want to talk about this. That's what you want to get to, okay? And then the next thing that you're going to do, after you ask yourself, what is my pain? You're going to ask yourself, what is the resolution? How am I going to resolve this? And I would even say, look up the word resolution, because normally we use that for New Year's resolution, or we use it for, I'm sorry, I keep looking over there because I'm almost competing with them. We look at it for New Year's resolution, setting goals and stuff, but that's not the only reason that it would be there, okay? You need to look it up and really get into it so you can ask yourself, what is my resolution? Question number 3 that you're going to ask yourself is basically, this. If I have a resolution, then why am I stuck? Why am I still here? If this is my pain and this is my resolution, why am I still stuck? And again, you're going to drill that down to that emotional place. Once you understand why you're stuck, that's your why. That's why you got to get out of that pain. That's why you got to get that resolution operating. Then the next question is, what is the process? There is a process. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to find, you go out and make a process. There's a process already in place. Look at Steve Jobs. Look at Bill Gates. Look at Michael Dell. Look at Monique Bell. Look at these people that are doing something and they're being successful at what they're doing. They're being passionate about what they're doing. There's a process, and so maybe you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you may need to find someone that's doing what you want to do and model them or become an apprentice to them. And the last question, after you find out what your process is, the last question is, what is my first step? Because one, you can't change your life. You can't work out a transition if you're not willing to take a step, if you're not willing to make some movement, if you're not willing to go the distance, if you will. And I would even say in that first step, you got to determine whether this is a do or die for you, whether you're taking a risk. You know, right now you're operating in your comfort zone. You're doing what feels good. But if you're going to truly be successful, if you're going to truly have that life that you want to materialize, then you're going to have to take a risk. You're going to have people talk about you, look at you funny, tell you you shouldn't be doing this. You know, the haters are welcome. That's what you got to tell yourself. Haters are welcome because I'm living and doing what it is that I was created and made and put on this earth to do. And if you're passionate about what it is that you're doing and you go through this process, I guarantee you at the end of the day, you're going to thank yourself because it's an investment in you, not in me or anything like that. Now, the other thing is because of today, and I'm keeping a look and making sure that they're not ready to start, but they're getting ready to start working out for you and having a lot of fun and showing you how you can do an in-home workout. But what I do want to say is that once you get into this and you really explore it, you're going to find success and you're going to see that it trickles into every area of your life and your life will start to transform. But I'm giving away a free CD. And the way you're going to get this CD is you're going to have to go to my fan page, which is facebook.com/Coach Linda Hillman. That's LINDAHILLMAN. Coach Linda Hillman 2, the number 2. So go to facebook.com/Coach Linda Hillman 2. And I want you to tell me one of the questions that I told you to say today. So there was 5 questions. Again, what is my pain? What is the resolution? Why am I stuck? What's the process? And what is my first step? Those are the 5 questions. Write one of those 5 questions on my fan page. And if you haven't liked it, like it because I need more likes. So go ahead, like the page and tell me one of the questions. And everyone that does that today, the next 24 hours. So right now it is 1:07 p.m. So from 1:07 p.m. today to 1:07 p.m. tomorrow, those that say one of the questions will get that free CD, and it's called Get Focused. So go out there and get that free CD. I'm looking to see you be successful. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to have our cameraman come back, and I get the lovely privilege and honor to introduce to some and to present to others Monique Bell and Ashley Hammett and Kat and somebody else. And Kat's going to be your trainer?
Yes.
Kat's the trainer, and he's going to work them out and show you how you can do a wonderful workout during the winter in the cold months in your home.
Okay.
See, that's why I couldn't do all of that, because he wants me to do too much.
Remind me. Is that too low?
No.
Can everybody see this? Hey everybody, yeah, we're back. We're doing exercises again. And Chef Cat is actually also a trainer.
Yes.
So see, so he's gonna already.
Y'all missed out for real.
We're gonna have a couple of. This is our in-home workouts. Is that right? So if you're watching and you're in the Midwest and you're snowed in and you're looking to do some exercises, Chef Cat is gonna show us some workout tips.
Yes, we eat a lot, so we still gotta keep our stomach right.
Okay.
So we're gonna focus on tightening our abs.
Okay. All right.
Check it. Right in back.
You back?
No, let me demonstrate real quick. Let me just demonstrate.
Okay.
You can just sit back in the line. Get our phones out. Too many phones on. Jeez. Okay. We're gonna be up.
Oh my goodness, they're killing me.
We're gonna just
They're killing the fun.
Rapidly.
Joy.
let's lift this up. We're gonna lift it right here. Okay, everybody, turn that real quick.
Oh my God. Okay.
That was nice. Go back.
Only on the Diva Show.
I'm back here going.
Legs up.
Like this.
Uh-huh. Now up.
Only on the Diva show.
Let's see.
Let me cheat.
Okay, don't worry.
I'm taking pictures, y'all.
No pictures.
Legs
I'm
up.
gonna take some blackmail.
Not just eight.
They have the $5 jewelry lady in a really wrong position. Okay, I'm waiting for her.
You serious?
Okay.
Or are you just like,
You did it.
No, come on, legs up. Legs up. Okay, see.
Take that off.
Don't wear
Don't wear
$5
your
jewelry
jewelry.
exercising.
That's right. Don't wear your jewelry
Take your
when you're
jewelry off.
exercising.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, legs up. All right, now extend them up. Up. Bring it down. Lift your buttocks.
Now, Ashley, can you tell the audience, are you still in your body magic?
yep.
She's doing this in her body magic, y'all. See?
Breathe. Not up. Not up. Now lift your buttocks up.
Is this the right direction for
Oh
the
my
camera?
God. Look.
You killing us. Wait, take your jewelry
Take
off.
your jewelry
honey. She's
Yeah.
like, I gotta get out of this jewelry yet.
These
Let's
ladies.
see you do it, Chef.
Yeah,
We
already
Yeah,
did
he
it.
did
Good. Yeah, Chef.
But I was
You might
signed
wanna-
up for doing 5 and I'm a coach.
I did
Come on.
one.
Keep on doing with me. We got three of them.
It's not easy.
Okay.
We
You
got
do it
all
too.
three of us.
Okay.
Put our butt belly on it. Screw down a
Okay,
little bit.
butt on the thing, right?
Okay. Exactly. Now all the way.
Right here?
Down.
Yeah.
You gotta be
Trying
down.
to cheat.
There you go. Right there. Now we're gonna lean back. Not all the way. Up. Legs up. Push your butt. Up. Ready? Up.
I'm doing the low impact.
Ashley, you better work it.
I'm doing the low impact, you guys. Just lift low.
Now remember, this is what you do in the winter at your house. And I'm probably gonna go home and try it after I get diva-fied.
Yeah. Let's let the professionals do this. Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, that was good.
Yeah, that was bad.
I
Thank
felt
you
that
for
all
changing the position.
I felt that.
Change the
all-
position.
Watch this. Good. I
Oh,
was feeling that all up in here.
all right, let's do,
You feel it all.
Let's do
When
squats.
does it work?
Okay.
That one,
Kill us again.
We're gonna,
Huh?
Your abs.
Please tell me that I can stand up now.
10 pound weight. Who want 10, who want 15?
It don't matter.
Me, I'll take 10. I'll do a little 10. Don't tell me I'm going down.
No, not at all.
You wanna work out?
This is why I don't work out.
We do this way.
I don't work out.
We do 15.
It's too hard.
And let's start back over here. Right back.
Haley, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say.
Oh, no problem on that.
Let's give Pastor D a hand working at that webcam for us.
All right, right here.
Oh, we're going this far back?
All right,
I'm like, we're going this far back? Okay.
what we're gonna do
Oh,
is,
well, can we beat up? Can you get him?
we're coming that way. What we're gonna do is, one on our right knee first. Right knee. We're gonna go.
Oh, yeah, they have.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Still
Right?
across.
Are you serious?
Ready? So right knee,
Wait, right?
don't touch it, go real low, but don't touch it, just barely,
Yeah, I'm going that far. That's it.
and then just, you rotate.
That's as far as I'm going.
Over across, you know?
That's as far as I'm going. That's as far as I'm going.
Keep your back up straight.
Back up straight, shoulders back.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
Down.
Now, what is this working, Chef?
Everything.
Everything, your glutes,
Yeah.
your back.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me.
I love it because you don't have to do a lot of them to do it.
You don't.
No.
Yeah,
And let's turn around, make a straight trip.
but they make you do a lot, but you don't need to.
I'm going this far.
Down low, come on, low.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Low.
Oh. So wrong.
Low.
I'm gonna be still. Yeah, this is not as far as we're going. Oh, chill.
Now,
He's watch out.
bring your weights over. Bring your weights with you.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Watch out.
And you doing this hand, you doing this hand.
Sit. This way.
Did you over there because I want you to hit the weights? The legs. All right.
Caleb, turn around. This way. Back.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Hold the weights. The weights. Lean back.
Lean back.
Yep.
Like that.
Lean back.
That's where I go.
Lean back. No, go back. Okay, hold the weights.
Oh, all the way back.
Yep.
Now, what can we use if we don't have weights? What can you
Legs
use?
up.
But I mean, like laundry soap.
Not
Can
anything.
you
Hold
use like
it up.
liquid detergent bottle?
Your leg going that way first. Your leg go this way.
Huh?
Put your legs.
Oh.
Up.
Up.
Twist.
Oh.
The weights are just to keep you balanced. Keep you
Oh,
up.
okay.
You go side to side.
Go all the way down?
First you can.
Oh, okay. So you can use anything that gives you that balance.
Down, just to keep it down.
Okay.
We're working sides right here. I need 20.
I don't even know how many I did.
We'll start with this. Come on. We're starting over now. We need 20. Let's go. Y'all both on two. Wait, let's.
He said y'all both on two.
Come on. 3. Come on.
He's doing 20. He's serious.
Come on. Look, come on. Now you almost there.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
And then once you get them going, just swing with it. There.
this is on the Diva Show. Only on the Diva Show, you guys.
I get a size in.
Oh, sorry. If I stop and start, I'm good.
Yeah, see, just
I
don't
don't think
stop.
that's a 20.
Just don't stop. You keep going, it works. Right?
Oh, okay.
All right.
And so this is working the abs too?
Yes, abs in your side.
I feel in my
When you
hips.
put
Is that
it, roll up
right
my
here?
side.
Okay,
That
okay,
definitely helps that.
okay.
So we're doing side to
So
side.
does that help with getting
Yes.
the waistline?
It helps our waistline. It helps get the V back in here.
Oh, okay, okay.
We have little ones crawling
All right.
around.
You ready for the next one?
No.
Let's go.
You ready? All right.
Is this the Diva boot camp?
See,
We
Is this
got-
part of the Diva boot camp?
see, that's the difference between, 40-something and 20-something.
See? Grab your
But I
weight.
haven't played under my sport
Grab
in
your
I don't know
weights.
how long.
Ah, okay.
In over 5 years, but I still coach when I'm on.
You-
Do I have to get up? High five. Here.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're
You
not,
can just, you only gotta use weights. Just squat. Let me help you out.
Oh, thank you. What a kind man.
We're just gonna squat. All right?
Okay.
Just in spot. We're gonna be right here. Ready? And we're gonna hold it. Okay?
Did he say hold him? Oh, we're looking at
Down.
the keyboard. Oh,
Stay
right here? that's it right here.
Down.
Yeah, okay. Can I stay right here?
Hold your stomach in. What you doing? You hold your stomach in.
What the hell? The hole's doing this.
You hold your stomach in. And you go down. Up. And you're gonna feel it right here. You're gonna feel that stretch. Right here.
Right there.
We're gonna do 20 quick ones. 20 quick ones. Ready?
I'm gonna do this more. That's the low impact version of this.
All right.
Say hi,
Come
go.
on, ready?
I mean, workout. So this is part of the Diva workout.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm out of breath. So, oh my gosh. Hi, baby.
What
Wow.
exercise are you doing?
She's dancing.
Exercise you can check. Exercise. You right?
All right.
Sounds
I
good. Got
walk in
something
my
for you?
neighborhood. Does that count?
Yeah.
Does that count too?
Say it again.
I said I walk in my neighborhood. Brisk walking.
That's wonderful.
Here, here. Let's work out.
And this is what we're gonna do here.
Okay.
No.
Very simple.
9:40. So you have to turn into the parking lot and come all the way to the back.
Is she on university?
Yeah, she's in here somewhere.
I think she was. What kind of car is she?
Okay.
Oh,
What type of car
come
you
here,
got?
sweetie.
Baby.
Exercising. Is this you?
Alright.
Baby, you get to know her.
You ready?
Yeah, she's here.
Oh, she's here. What time is it?
We got 10 minutes.
10 minutes? You got to go our next guest.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Chef, for working us out like so. He was like,
Alright. See?
thank you, sir.
Wait. They ain't here yet. You got 2 minutes.
No, not good.
Come on. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Here we go.
Oh, he gonna make us do something. He said, they're not here.
No, they're parking. They're right.
Oh,
So it's real quick. It's real quick. You take 2 runs. Alright.
Come on, I'm back here.
You gonna run over
I'm
there.
back here.
And you're right there. You're gonna sprint over here, grab a weight, take it and drop it there. You can do the same thing. You're gonna run over
Watch
there,
out.
grab weight, come back and drop it there.
Camera.
Grab your weight.
We grab my weight.
No, wait, you can take it first.
Oh.
Give it. Run over here, grab weight, come back, take it there. Same thing. Go.
Grab him right now.
1, 2, 3,
Go. Grab a weight, come back and put it here. Run back, put it there. Go.
Am I supposed to bring her?
No, just leave it weight.
Oh, I'm supposed to leave it weight. I'm just
Take
leaving
it.
it weight.
Go. Don't wait on her, just go. Drop the weight, come back. Get another one. Run, sprint it, get back. Come on.
Oh, our guest is here. Thank God. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Chef, for working us out. But our guest is here.
Okay, I guess.
Yes, our guest is here. So we're gonna let
All right, take it back.
Linda turn it over.
Alright.
Take it over so we can. I can go pass out some more.
Hi everyone, and we want to thank you for watching the Diva Show today. We've enjoyed I enjoyed laughing at Monique doing her thing, and I got some pictures of the workout. And so right now, sitting next to me, we have the lovely Constance Cooper Martin, and she wrote a book. Did you bring your book with us?
Yes,
With you?
my husband has it.
Okay. We're going to show you, and I know you guys remember the last time we were here, and we were giving away the Chronicles of Connie. You guys remember this book? I can try to give it. There we go. So this is the actual author of the book, and she's going to do a much better job at talking about her book than we did the last time. So, Constance, tell us about the Chronicles of Connie.
Oh wow, that book right there. That book was an assignment given to me by God. I am a 17-year cocaine addiction survivor.
My God.
God blessed me to be an overcomer. And the Bible says we overcome by the power of our testimony. And so he let me live through the whole ordeal by just writing down things. When I rededicated my life to Christ 9.5 years ago, I can remember going to church for like 2.5 months, and then finally we were in because I was an AME at first, and that's a denomination. But with that being said, he told me to go home and start writing. But I remember being in the service, and I remember that bishop saying, "There's anybody here? There's somebody here. There's a few of you here that have a call on your life. You've been called to preach the gospel." And I was sitting there and I can remember just like feeling a burning going on. And I was sweating under my arms. And I was like, that ain't me. That's not me. That's not me. And I'm sweating, profusely sweating.
Yeah.
To the point where I was like, I started going like this, like, is that me? And so finally, he made that call several times. And finally, the Lord said, get up. And I heard it in my head, like an audible voice, though. Get up. So I got up and I went to the altar and just tears just came down my face. That night when I went home, the Lord told me, start writing. Write your life story. This is going to save you. And so I had no idea that the process was going to take as long as it did. You know, when you read Bible stories and you know how David was called as a king, and Esther had to go through her year purification, and Ruth had to go through all of this grief and things in order to get to her Boaz. And all of these things had to occur to get you to the appointed place and time for God to do this great work in you. Well, I started writing, that was 9.5 years ago. So during the process, I stopped using, but I would pick up again. I would get to a point where I would look at myself with those demons. You know, if you don't cast those demons out and those generational curses, then you walk with them. They walk with you. They kind of like bury themselves inside of you. So you get to a place where you think you're fine, and then you think you can go around your friends.
Yeah.
The dog, what does the Bible say?
Yeah.
The fool returns to his folly like a dog returns to his vomit. And I kept thinking, okay, I got this thing together now. And then anybody that knows me, you know, every time you see me, I'm always together.
Yeah, Kim, take notes. This is a diva. Kim Kardashian, take notes. Okay, go ahead.
So I get my thing together, and then, you know, I always thought I was fly. So I'm getting myself together. I'm ready to go back. And so I go back around my old friends, and sooner or later, yeah, when the Bible says do not go around immoral and corrupt people, because bad company corrupts good character.
Yes.
That's what would happen. So I would pick up those same demons. And so when the Bible says that when the devil finds the house swept clean, he comes back with 7 more evil abominations. Woo! So I would pick them back up again, and then it would be harder to get back up. Now, mind you, I'm singing in the choir. I'm going to Bible study. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. So that's why I praise God, because in the midst of all of that, he still had a work for me to do. So he was working everything together for my good. Fast forward to now. I slipped and fell so many times that when I finally got into a point where I was sick and tired. This was over 2.5 years ago. And God said, you were up to, I remember this book is about maybe 18 chapters. I think we've condensed it down. I'm not sure. I forget from the book. But it's about 18 chapters. So I think I wrote up to like the 12th chapter and I got stuck. And finally, I remember, this is so funny because I remember this vividly. Me and my girlfriend, it was my girlfriend's birthday. And we went out for her birthday. And God, God has a call on my girl's life. I pray that she gets it together. But long story short, we went out for her birthday, and I can remember my last time falling. And I remember because she had got drunk. But she decided that a week later, she wanted to get this surgery. She got this surgery. And I remember just being still for a week. And I remember that I had started a process of going to 6 a.m. prayer every day. And so with the discipline of the 6 a.m. prayer, I began to start writing. I said, right, finish it. When I finished, I literally handwritten this book out. When I finished writing it, then I was done, he said. And then this was a 1.5-year process for the last 5 chapters of this book to be done. When I was finished with it, God told me, I'm pleased with you.
Wow.
He said, you're delivered.
Wow.
But
after 17 years of being on drugs and struggling, and I want you guys to hear this because she said she was in church, and my testimony is similar. It wasn't drugs, but I was in church doing my dirt. I was in church involved in gangs. I was in church, and so it kind of lets you know sometimes you can be in church. You know, my grandmother, not my grandmother, she's someone I claim as my grandmother. She used to always say, you can be in the way. Because people all say, I'm in the way, when it comes to church. I'm in the way. Yeah, you in the way. Move out the way and let God do it. So I really want to thank Constance for coming and sharing this with us. But Constance, we got to come to a close. But what I do want you to do is I want you to tell people how they can get this book. And I know we didn't talk to you about it, but we would like to give a book away. Can we do that?
Yes.
We want to give another Constance Cooper book away. What we want you to do to get this book is, Constance, do you have a Facebook?
Yes, I do.
Okay. We want you to go to her Facebook page, and we want you to tell Constance what her brief testimony, because it was very brief, and I know this woman is powerful. She came to My Woman's Destiny and shifted, and I always talk about this. She shifted the atmosphere. The anointing on her life is strong. She has an anointing, so you definitely want to get in touch with her. But go to her Facebook page once she tells you where that is, and I want you to tell her what her brief testimony has done for you. And Constance, however you want to do it, whoever you choose, we just, as a thank you for watching the Diva show today, a thank you for going to her page. We want you to definitely do this, but tell them how they can get your book in case they don't win it, how they can get your book and how they can contact you.
Well, I have a website. It's www.thechroniclesofconnie.weebly.com. They have several avenues. What do you call them? They have several
Version.
They have versions. They have the Nook. They have the Kindle. They have the iPad application, and then they have the paperback. And you can go to CreateSpace, Amazon, and BarnesandNoble.com, and I'm there. I also have my own email address. Excuse me. It's Connie Antioch at yahoo.com.
Okay.
And just contact me there, and you can get them from there, or you can contact me directly. My number is 925-565-7471, and I will gladly ship you one.
Amen.
Directly to you.
I'm telling you, this book is good. It's really good. And if you are struggling with any addiction, if you're in church but you're struggling, you can't seem to get overcome, you definitely want to get this book and read this book. I read a page of it the last time. We don't have time to do that this time, but definitely get in contact with Constance and talk to her. Her ministry, her testimony is powerful, and this woman has a praise dance ministry that is to die for. It's just she's anointed. She's really anointed. So if you have any kind of events coming up, you need someone to come and minister. She's a minister. She can break down the word of God, and she can show you how to put it into motion.
Application.
So yeah, application and motion. So definitely contact her. I wish we had a little bit more time to talk with her, but we have to close out. We're going to end on this note. Monique is getting dressed. She's somewhere getting dressed, but we thank you. The next time we are having the Diva show, it is going to be January the 5th. We're going to be, I don't know if we're going to be at Longevity Gym or Flawless Air Studio or where. We might be at Victory and Praise Church. I don't know. But we'll be somewhere. And so you definitely want to come out and watch us again. Mark your calendar, February the 5th. And we are either going to do a 2-hour or a 3-hour show. So it'll be at 11:30, either to 1:30 or to 3, I think is what we did before. So again, thank you so much. Be Divalicious. Go and greet and meet with Connie, talk with Connie. Go to, again, if you want to get the free CD, Get Focused, go to mine, facebook.com/Coach Linda Hillman 2. Crystal is centralpayment.com. Centralpayment.com. You know, the $5 jewelry lady, $5 jewelry sale. Ashley, where are you?
Plus Model Artistic.
Plusmodelartistic.com. And again, Longevity Gym, we're at 940 University Avenue in the wonderful city of Sacramento. Again, thank you so much, and we will see you again January 5th. Thank you.
and then you corrected it. And I couldn't get it.
Okay.
So I didn't get it, I know they didn't get it.
Okay.
So that way we posted online.
Did you end it?
They're gonna want that.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get them too.
Okay.
That's great to see.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Now I'm gonna try to get my food that I couldn't eat.
But everyone has drinking.
Yeah, and
Gambling.
but do you know what? I didn't get a chance to say it. I wish I would have been a little bit earlier. But do you know that I think the most profound thing what's going on in the body of Christ right now is that the church, the building in itself, because we are the church. But what happens is the building of organized church will make people feel so condemned that they can't even go to nobody to ask for help because they're embarrassed because they're afraid that it's going to get spread around because they don't write that gospel down right. The gospel is a bunch of broken men that Jesus set up and packed off the side of the road.
See?
That he said, look, I want you to
Like
come and
Linda.
follow me. I want this pimp, I want this prostitute, I want this drunk, I want these fishermen. I don't want these perfect people because he said if I came to get them, they already got it together. I didn't come to get them. I came to get those that needed a hospital. See, because people who got it together already, they don't need me. And that was the Pharisees and the Sadducees, which he said your cup is clean on the outside, but your inside is filthy. He wants those people whose hearts are right with God. See, because we was a mess. I know I was. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I was a mess. I can't lie. And still am.
And you know, women, I think women too, it's, we got the families. we gotta
I'm
take
going
care of
to.
our man, we gotta take care of our kids.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
which makes us feel like we gotta be.
Yeah, but that's because, you know, they put on the facade because they got it together. The bishop got it together, the pastor got it together, but they don't tell nobody that, hey, look,
Okay.
I had this child out of wedlock. Me and my wife, before we was married. You know, this is a work in progress, and it's a relationship thing. When we start relationships with people, we start a relationship first. We date, we get to know each other, we spend time, we go out to dinner with each other.
Thank you.
We sometimes we dance.
Oh, is
We are
everybody on?
non-perfect people, and Jesus does not want perfect people. He wants people that are imperfect so he can make into perfection. That's what that is. So, and then the pastors and stuff, they don't, you know, it's not.
Hey, everybody.
I ain't did nothing.
We're closing up.
I never did nothing.
Oh, yeah, we're.
Yes,
Yes, come on. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.